Welcome, I'm Rose Oatley, and today I'm going to show you how to make carne guisada. Let's get started. First, we'll start by chopping and dicing 1/4 of an onion. Now, if you don't know what carne guisada is, also pronounced carne guisada, it's kind of like a Mexican beef stew, but with lots of flavor. So yummy. Next, we're going to mash and dice 2 garlic cloves. Here, I'm also going to chop and dice 1 bell pepper. Now, if you have a Roma tomato or half of a tomato, go ahead and chop one of those too. Today, I'm currently out, but if you have it, chop it up. And we'll also chop up half of a cilantro. For my meat, this is what I use. It's just stew meat, and this one's already cut in chunks. Now, they are a little bit larger than I would like, so I tend to cut them a little bit smaller into bite-sized pieces. Let me show you real quick how big these are. That would be a mouthful, huh? That's why I cut them into smaller pieces. As you can see, I finished cutting all my meat. Now, let's head to the stove. To a large pan, you want to add 2 tablespoons of olive oil. Then you want to add your beef. This is 3.33 pounds of beef here. As you can see, I'm using a 14-inch size large pan. Someone asked me about it the other day. It's an Emerald Lagasse, which I bought at Bed Bath & Beyond a few years ago. Please note that you can find links to a lot of my kitchen items and more in my description below. I have an Amazon storefront. Be sure and check it out. All right, guys, so now we're just going to brown our beef here. While you're browning, you'll notice it releasing some water and grease, which we will be draining in a little while. And by the way, I currently have my heat set at a number 7. I have now drained all my fat. Once browned or close to being brown, you want to add all the veggies you chopped up, plus you also want to add 2 slices of jalapeno or serrano pepper, whatever you have. It just gives it a little extra flavor. Then mix and continue to brown. This is looking pretty good here. I'm going to turn my temp down to a number 5. Then I'm going to go in with some salt and pepper, and this is to your taste. Now we'll add 1 tablespoon of cumin. Now, if you're only doing 1 pound of beef, then I would use 1 teaspoon. Add 1 teaspoon of oregano, half if you're doing 1 pound only.
You're watching Rose Oatley. Like, share, subscribe, and hit the bell to get notified of any new videos.
I'm going to lower my temp here just a little more, and then I'm going to go in with some flour. You can do anywhere between 3 to 4 tablespoons of flour, depending on how thick you like your gravy. Today, I'm just going to go ahead and do 3. Now we want to mix until the flour dissolves. I'm going to add half a cup of tomatillo sauce. Now they normally come in those small cans just like you find your tomato sauce, but I couldn't find any for some reason. I did find this big jar of tomatillo sauce, so I'm just going to grab half a cup and add it in here. Now if for some reason you can't find it in your area, you could just go ahead and skip it. That's fine. I just like the extra flavor it gives it. We're also going to add 1 cup of beef broth and 1 cup of water. If you don't have any beef broth, you can go ahead and just add 2 cups of water. Oh, I almost forgot. I also like to add 1 tablespoon of chicken bouillon. And by the way, I've noticed a lot of people mispronounce this. They call it bouillon. I've heard all kinds of names. Of course, you can call it whatever you want, but the correct pronunciation is chicken bouillon. How do I know this? I took 2 years of French, and when I first saw the word, I knew it was pronounced bouillon. Then after doing some research, I found out that it originated in Europe. I thought that it had first started in Mexico because you see it in a lot of the Mexican dishes, but it didn't. It actually started in Europe. All right, so now you want to turn up your heat and let it get to almost a boil to where it's bubbling up just like it was here. Then you want to cover it up, turn your heat down to low, and you're going to slow cook it for 1 hour on low heat. Before we check on this, I just wanted to share that I do have a Spanish rice recipe that goes perfect with carne guisada in my channel. I'll post the link up top. I show you secret tips on how to make the perfect Spanish rice. Now, I also have another Spanish rice recipe coming up in about a week, so be sure and come back for that. Also, don't forget that I post all of my ingredients in the description section of my videos. I find that when you slow cook it for an hour, the meat comes out more tender. Now, you can cook it for less amount of time. The meat is just not going to be as tender, but it'll be just as delicious. All right, so I just want to show you here the consistency of my gravy. If you like your gravy even thicker, then you just add more flour. Again, this was 3 tablespoons of flour. You can go ahead and increase for a more thicker gravy. Now, let's go plate. Carne guisada with Spanish rice and beans, the perfect combination. Add some flour tortillas. So divine. I really hope you enjoy this dish, and if you enjoyed the video, be sure and give it a like, comment, and share with friends. Thanks for your support. If you haven't already subscribed, please be sure to do so below or hit my little picture on the side. Also, don't forget to hit the little bell to get notified of all of my new videos, and please be sure to check out these links on the side. Share with your friends. Thanks for watching and your support.